I've been following that Griner story for the last 10 months. A lot of us have. But I got a kick out of all the comments on that. Now, Eddie, being the typical liberal, white knighter, goes right to race or homophobia, whatever. But the reality is this, everybody. 90% of all comments were about her lack of patriotism, where she shit on America, talked about our government, the American flag, America's racist, America.
Yeah, so America. Hey, I'm wondering, is it the same America that she represented in the Olympics twice and the World Cup twice? I'm just wondering because it looks like she won gold. And that's you don't go into that guaranteed to make any money. You have to win medals to make money and or get sponsorships and things like that. But it's not a lot of money, you know what I mean? It's not NBA money. And WNBA players don't make a lot of money. That's not they're not known to be making a whole bunch of money. Whoa! 3-time WNBA second team, 2-time defensive player. Up there's a damn 3 years of first team. This girl works hard. Look at her, 3-time Russian National League champion. Brittney Griner has been going to Russia for 6 seasons, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, to earn extra income. So to make more money because the WNBA doesn't make the kind of money the NBA makes in any way, shape, or form. They just don't. So to supplement her income, she has played in Russia 6 straight seasons, and also went out and represented that country you said she hated so much, and won some gold medals.
So all the comments said, what's funny is she got jammed up in Russia, and the first thing she did, America save me. So all the comments, dude, were not about her race. They weren't about her sexuality. They were about her lack of patriotism. That is a fucking fact.
Oh, really? So she had a lack of patriotism, just a sudden probably lack of patriotism when she exercised her First Amendment right to petition her government for redress of grievances. It's right there in the First Amendment. It's not, you don't even got to go digging all through 1226 amendments, dude. It's the very first one. If you'd like, I'll read it for you. I know some of you have issues with that, so I'll do it. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and petition the government for redress of grievances. Peaceably. I wonder what these fellows and ladies were doing.
Well, it's pretty much the same as it was the last time I spoke to you. I'm here with my colleague Lindsay, who's our videographer, as well as 200 journalists. And we were told before by Capitol Police to find a room and barricade it and lock the doors. So that's what we did. We came.
Oh, okay. So they were told by Capitol Police to find a room, barricade it, and lock the doors because a few people wanted to redress their grievances to the government, maybe not so peaceably. But there were plenty of fine people on both sides.
Don't use that stick on me, boy. Just go home, okay? You see me. Just go home. Talk to your buddies and go home. Don't try to use that stick on me.
Yeah.
I'm not hurting you.
Nice. That's not the way you do it. Sorry. That's not peaceably redressing your government. You know what it is, though? Kneeling, sitting out the flag, the national anthem, whatever.
I read that comment that Eddie put that immediately went to racism, and I'm like, that's typical fucking Democratic liberal bullshit.
Yeah.
I've been following this case.
Right.
None of the comments are about her sexuality.
Yeah, not talking about the comments overall, and really I wasn't calling it racism. That's not what I said. If you just follow along. Oh, by the way, David, there's another guy to back up, and remember he ain't guilty because he's been let out of jail. There you go, Dave. Another hero for you to follow. Anyway, I made the poll. Look at the question I asked in the poll. And I worded it specifically this way. Brittany Griner is free from Russian prison. Is that good news to you? That's all I said. And 71% of you said no, she should have done her time. Off of 80 votes. And then I was like, look at this junk. Who the fuck are we? If I love to hear from those who say they call out racism when they see it. And my point was, this community of ours, very, very much 90+% white people. This particular community of ours, not all the comments and all the social medias around the world. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about our community. And I was just wondering if you were happy to hear she was on her way home. That's all. Not by the process by which she was found her way back, but if you were happy that she was on her way back. Were you happy for her or not? And 71% of you are not happy for her. And that's where I have that's my sticking point right there, right? Because once again, it's not because she's not patriotic, right? Because kneeling for the national anthem and or not standing for the national anthem is right there in the First Amendment. She's allowed to do it. In fact, it's very patriotic to exercise your rights, especially when you're somebody who's looked up to, when you recognize, in your own opinion, that there may be a problem within said government, and that's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. You want it both ways. You don't like when the BLM march down the street and beat up a CVS, but when they do it, when someone does it and they're quiet about it and they are peaceably protesting, you can't stand that either. And for some reason in your mind, I don't know why, but in your mind, she's unpatriotic for exercising her First Amendment. She's unpatriotic. You can talk all damn day, right? And let's just pretend here, right? This is just a simple hypothetical. What if you were caught stealing UFC fights, right? And that's a federal offense. It's a crime federally. Or I don't know, let's say you got caught busted breaking into a methadone clinic, right? These are things you could be charged with. Now, this is America. Wouldn't you expect to have all those rights that are given to you, like a right to an attorney if you can't afford one, or a right to a speedy trial? You know, the things that are afforded to you by your rights. Well, that's what she was exercising, was her rights. And that's very much patriotic. And so is representing your country on the world stage, doing what you do better than, she's a 6'9" female basketball player, I believe the tallest in America. And she's like one of the only ones who can dunk a basketball, for goodness sakes. She put that talent for the whole world to see, representing this country. Have you ever represented this country in any way, unselfishly, at all, once? Are you patriotic?
And dude, the bitch went around saying she hated America, didn't stand.
When did she, first of all, what are you calling her a bitch for? I thought this wasn't about her being a female. What are you calling her names for? How are we having this debate when you're just out here calling people names again? God, I hope that doesn't continue. And she didn't go around saying she hated America. That's a flat out lie. If you can prove that, I'll cash app $100 to your favorite old lady.
For the flag, I don't love America. Americans suck my pussy.
That's not what she said. She never said that. So once again, this is what David does, though. He's got an imagination full of fucking noodles and little crumbs of bullshit stuck up in his broken head. And he cannot help but to deliver on the most, childish, third grade level shit right here. We're having a debate, Dave. The big boys are trying to have a debate, and this is what you bring to the table.
As soon as that lesbian bitch gets caught with weed in her...
And now she's a lesbian bitch. And she wasn't caught with weed. She was caught with oil that she had been bringing for the 6 years prior and never had an issue. They never had an issue. Because in Russia, they have laws against it. Yeah, but less than a gram gets you like 15 days, man. Hold up. Let me just show you that since you're on a roll. You got time. Here you go, David. It is illegal, but possessing less than 6 grams, you can be fined or jailed for up to 15 days, not 9 years. This was a political witch hunt. And by witch hunt, I mean hit job.
thing. She wants America to save her.
America, save me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you would expect America to do the same for you if you got hemmed up in India or Egypt. By the way, you told us you were smoking shit illegally too. So you did the same thing overseas, and you would expect the same in return, right? What are you going to say? Well, I hugged a flag one time. That makes me patriotic. You've done nothing. You'll do nothing. You've done nothing to show your patriotism. You haven't served the country. You haven't spoke out for anything that, you haven't exercised your First Amendment out loud, redressed your grievances. I've heard you grieve. I've heard you have bitches and complaints, but have you ever brought it to the attention of your federal government like Brittany did?
Anti-American bitch there was out there. She
Another
was
name.
so anti-American. She was woke. She was basically an Eddie on the basketball field, man.
The fuck is a basketball field? What the fuck is a basketball field? I can't even have this conversation with you, Derek, whatever the fuck your name is. Next time you want to have this debate, Randy, we can have this debate. I'd be glad to have it with you, but you can't bring your child. You can't bring him with you anymore, okay?